let's talk about that feeling. You know the one. The one that creeps in on the drive home from a first date. It's that kind of hollow echo after an hour of just polite chatter. You talked, sure, but you didn't really connect. And you're left with this nagging question. Did they even meet me? Or just some version of me I thought they wanted to see?
It's this really strange form of loneliness, isn't it? To be sitting right across from someone and feel totally and completely alone. Well, by the end of this, you're going to understand the deep psychology of why that happens. And more importantly, you'll have a whole new way to make your next first impression one that's actually truly real. You're listening to Stereo Butterflies. We talk about love, lust, and loneliness like no one's listening. This episode was crafted with the help of AI technology to ensure high-quality insights.
So what is going on in those first few seconds across the table? It's this psychological thing called thin slicing. Basically, your brain is acting like a supercomputer. It's taking these impossibly thin slices of information, the warmth in their voice, whether their shoulders are open or closed, the little flicker of a real smile, and it's building an entire story from them. It's not a bug, it's a feature. It's an old survival instinct. But in modern dating, it means the whole impression can be formed and filed away before you've even ordered your drink.
And that's exactly why the most important work for first impression doesn't happen at the date itself. It happens in those quiet moments before you even leave your house. It all starts with what we call your inner game.
We've all heard that advice, right? Just be yourself. But which self are we talking about? The anxious self? The tired after a long week self? The big myth is that being yourself means just showing up completely unfiltered. But the reality is, true authenticity isn't about being careless, it's actually a form of respect. It means showing up grounded, prepared, and genuinely present for the person sitting across from you. It's the difference between being natural and being negligent.
And here's a little trap that so many of us, especially the nice ones, fall into. We try so hard to be agreeable, nodding along with everything, never wanting to cause a ripple. But that kind of performative kindness, it can totally backfire. It often reads as a lack of confidence or, worse, insecurity. People have a built-in radar for this stuff. They can smell the difference between genuine warmth and a desperate attempt to be liked. The point is, be kind, absolutely, but be kind from a place of substance, not fear.
So before you head out, try running through this quick mental checklist. First, what's your real intention here? Seriously. Are you looking for a fun night, a real connection, or something long-term? Just be honest with yourself. Second, and this is a big one, manage that anxiety. You got to flip the script in your head from I have to impress them to I get to be curious about them. That one little shift moves you from performing to just being present. Third, know your boundaries. What topics are you just not going to touch on a first date? And fourth, redefine what success even means. A good conversation, that's a win. Feeling like you showed up as yourself, that's a win. The second date isn't the goal, it's just a possible outcome.
Okay, so once the inner game is sorted, let's talk about how all that prep work translates to the outside. This is the art of actually showing up.
Just let this number sink in for a second. Over half, more than 50% of a first impression is decided before you've even said a word. It's not about your witty opening line. It's not about your funniest story. It's about your posture, your energy, the clothes you chose. It's the silent conversation that's already happening. So let's get into that silent conversation. This is not about having expensive stuff. It's about being intentional. Wear something that makes you feel good, that makes you feel confident. But the little things, they're actually the big things. Fresh breath, clean fingernails, looking like you took a moment for yourself. These aren't superficial. They send a clear signal of self-respect. A subtle, clean scent can be an invitation. But too much is a brick wall. And your posture? Standing with an open, relaxed stance tells a story of confidence before you even say hello. Even a wrinkled shirt is sending a message, and you just have to decide if that's the message you want to send. All these details are talking for you. Make sure they're telling the right story. And where you meet is huge. There's a really clear trend away from those stuffy, high-pressure formal dinners. The best spots are built for real conversation. A coffee shop, a walk in the park, maybe a dessert bar. They give you a natural out if you need one, they're casual, and they let the focus be on the two of you, not on some complicated menu.
Picking the right spot just removes all that unnecessary friction.
All right, you've done the inner work, you've shown up with intention. Now we get to the heart of it all. How to navigate the actual conversation.
A great conversation is more like a dance than an interview. The whole point is to create flow. You do that by asking open-ended questions, the kind that invite stories, not just one-word answers. You practice active listening, meaning you listen so intently that your next question just naturally builds on what they just said. And if there's a pause, don't panic. Use what's around you. Wow, I love this song. On the flip side, you've got the connection killers, hogging the whole conversation, dropping cheesy pickup lines, or oversharing your deepest traumas. And please, for the love of God, don't talk about money or your exes. The golden rule is simple. Make your curiosity bigger than your ego.
And look, if you only take one thing away from all of this, let it be this right here. This is the absolute truth of human connection. They are not going to remember that joke you told. They won't recall the specific details of your job. But what they will carry with them, what will stick in their nervous system, is the feeling of being with you. Did they feel seen? Did they feel interesting? Did they feel safe? That emotional afterglow, that's the thing that lasts.
So how do you create that feeling? It's that silent conversation again. It's maintaining a soft, warm gaze, not an intense stare down. It's keeping your posture open, arms uncrossed, body pointed toward them. It's this cool thing called subtle mirroring. If they lean in, maybe you gently lean in a little too. It builds this subconscious rapport. Keep your hands visible and relaxed. It's a sign of trust. And let your face be alive. If they say something funny, actually laugh. If they share something a little sad, let your expression show that you're hearing them. This alignment is what makes someone feel like you are truly 100% with them.
But hey, no date is ever perfect. And how you handle those little awkward bumps in the road and how you say goodbye is a huge part of the impression you leave behind. So you spill your drink, or you have a brain freeze and forget their name for half a second. The immediate instinct is to just cringe and want the floor to swallow you whole. Don't. A person's real confidence isn't shown when everything's perfect, it's shown in how they recover. Just acknowledge it with a little bit of humor. Well, that was smooth, and then just move on. Owning a clumsy moment with a smile is so incredibly attractive. It shows you're not fragile. It shows you're human.
And when it's time for the date to end, just remember this. Clarity is kindness. If you felt it, if you want to see them again, be brave and just be direct. I had a great time. I'd love to do this again. It's confident and it leaves zero room for guessing games. But if the vibe just wasn't there for you, offer that same kindness and clarity. It was really nice meeting you. Thank you for your time. It's respectful, it's clear, and it saves them from staring at their phone, waiting for a text that's never going to come.
And if you are following up, make that text count. Had fun is just so forgettable. But a text like this one, it's so much better. Why? Because it's specific. It mentions the conversation. And it's emotional. You made my Monday feel like a Friday. It shares how you felt. It doesn't just state a fact. It's a real invitation to keep the connection going, not just to schedule another appointment.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. After all the prep, the conversation, the exit, what is the real goal here? What's the payoff we're actually searching for?
We get so obsessed with this magical, mysterious thing we call chemistry. And yeah, a spark is great. It's important. But look at what matters just as much, if not more. A person's felt presence and effort. People are drawn, deeply drawn, to those who make them feel like they showed up on purpose. For them, that you put in the effort to listen, to be there. Your presence is your power, and it's the one thing you have total control over.
So what happens when it doesn't lead to a second date? It's so easy to take that no and let it feel like a judgment on our entire being. But let me offer you a reframe. It is not rejection, it is feedback. That's it. It's just data. A no is just a course correction from your compass, a sign of misalignment that's actually saving you from future wasted time and heartache. Dating isn't about trying to get everyone to like you. It's a search. It's about discovering who is actually right for you.
And that brings us to the final truth, really. In this world of filters and curated perfection, the most radical, most magnetic thing you can possibly be is just real. The person who trips and laughs about it is way more memorable than the person who glides through without a flaw.
The one who listens with genuine curiosity is so much more compelling than the person who has all the right answers. Perfection is boring, it's forgettable. Realness is magnetic.
So I want to leave you with one last, really crucial shift in thinking. The question that causes all the anxiety, all the performance, is how can I impress this person? I want us to agree, right here, to just throw that question in the garbage. Forever. It does not help.
Instead, ask yourself this: how can I show up as my most generous, present self? This question, it changes everything. It shifts the focus from taking to giving. It makes you the host of the experience, not some nervous contestant. That's the secret. That is how you create a first impression that doesn't just impress someone, but one that actually, truly connects. If this gave you value, share it with someone you care about, hit subscribe and leave a review. You've been listening to Stereo Butterfly.